you think about the impact you're having, what do you want your peers, people you know, people that you respect, what do you want them to say about you?
That's the, there was a book that came out in about 1985 called The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey, if anybody ever read that. And one of the exercises he had in that book was, imagine that you're at your own funeral. Mm-hmm. And what are the people going to say that you worked with? What are the people going to say that you, from your community? And what are your family members going to say about you? I'm not sure that they're all going to say everything I'd like them to say. I think that they would say, I mean, what I think they'd say versus what I'd like them to say. I'd like them to say that I'm generous. I'd like them to say that they always knew where they stood with me, that I was open. I would like them to say that I was fun-loving and that I enjoyed a good laugh. And I would like them to say that I'm hardworking.
That's cool.
I would say all of those things.
So the things you're involved with now, I remember you saying that you got involved with organizations because you wanted to see things improve. Mm-hmm. That was important to you. But how did you choose the specific causes?
Usually when I would choose a cause, it was because I had some kind of personal experience with it. And my MO on doing donations is that I want to make fairly significant contributions to organizations where I will put not just money, but time and energy. So I feel that if you can do all three of those things, that you really will make a difference. So one of my first areas was integrative medicine at the university. And I had had an experience where I had 2 small children close together, was trying to pretend that I was a man at the office and not a woman, but I was still trying to be a good mother and extract milk when I was on the road so that I could still nurse when I got home. And I got very sick because I got very run down. And I got mono. And the doctor said it would take 3 weeks to 3 months, and after 3 months I was still sick. I would still go to work every day, but then I would come home and lay on the couch, and I caught everything that went around because my immune system was so low. And the doctor kept sending me to the lab with all the boxes checked on the little pink slip, and everything kept coming back negative. And I was, my doctor would said, if you were a different person, I'd say you're depressed, but I don't think you are. And I said, no, I think I'm getting depressed because I'm sick all the time. And finally, she sent me to the university. This was after 2 years of me being sick like this. She sent me to the university, to the infectious disease department, and they diagnosed me with Epstein-Barr syndrome, which was the first diagnosis in Saskatchewan. It came out in the medical journals in January of 1985, and I was diagnosed in May of 1985. And they said, it's a good news, bad news story. The good news is you've got a diagnosis. You're not crazy. The bad news is there's nothing we can do for you. So I decided that if there was nothing that medicine could do for me, there must be something I could do for myself. This is before the internet, 1985. I went to the library. I took out all the books I could find on people who had cured themselves of terminal illnesses. And I looked for a common thread. And what I found is that they had meditated and visualized themselves healthy. So then I thought, okay, I need to learn to meditate. So I went back to the library, and at that point, you can imagine there weren't many books on meditation. It's become popular now, but it was fairly unknown then. And I taught myself how to meditate from books. And twice a day, I would meditate and visualize myself healthy. And I had almost immediate results. Within about 3 weeks, I found that I could accept a social engagement without getting sick, which was phenomenal for me. And after maybe 3 months, if somebody in the office got sick, I didn't get it. So that's how much it improved my immune system. So that was 1985. And I have now meditated every day since. And I do believe that it helps calm me, and that it's just a way of stepping outside of our regular world, which can get so frenetic. And so as a result, when the university was doing a big fundraising campaign, I said, I would like to make a donation to integrative medicine. And integrative medicine was not big at the university then. This was quite a few years ago now. It would have been about maybe 2000. Maybe it was probably 18 years ago. And they had a small integrative department at the College of Medicine, and I got together with them and I said, my theory is that I want my regular physicians who I think are very good at fixing a broken bone. So they can do acute care really well, but I don't think they're really good at chronic care. And they don't know what to do with me when they can't give me a pill. And so I want them to understand that there are other things that you can do for chronic illness, and one of them is meditation. But I also don't think, and if there's any doctors in the room, I apologize, I'm not disparaging doctors. I don't think that doctors really think anybody else has a good opinion except another doctor. So I said, I'll give money every year for you to have a lectureship to bring in doctors who are using integrative techniques in their practice and give a lecture on it so that other doctors will think, oh, if he's doing that or she's doing that, it must be something I could consider in my practice as well. So we've been having those lectures now at the University of Saskatchewan for about 15 years. And it's been fantastic. During that time, the university has, I've had nothing to do with this except that maybe I planted the seed that they became more interested in integrative. But we have one of the biggest integrative medical departments now, I think, in Canada. People come here to go to our medical college because we have good integrative medicine. And it's becoming mainstream. Like doctors now really, it's the biggest attended, the Betty Ann and Wade Heggie lectureship at the university every year at the medical college is the biggest attended lecture that they have. And it's because regular doctors are really interested in that now. And I think it's really fantastic. And so it became something that I did initially that I was interested in because of my own experience. And I feel like I planted a seed and it's grown, and that's gratifying.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's really neat. Yeah. Yeah, I'll do that.